evening, everyone. Welcome to A Course in Miracles, followed by Chanting for Change. I'm Teri Angel with my beautiful co-host, Karen Palmer. Hi, Karen.
Hello.
And we have a beautiful group in Zoom tonight to discuss what this current lesson is. Chris, Jean, Charlie, and I believe Grace Ice has just entered the room. So hello, everyone. We're going to go to Karen to get us started and get us centered and balanced to start the night.
All right. So happy 111, everybody. I hope you're all having a beautiful, beautiful day. And this is a real short lesson, but such a powerful punch right to the heart. It's like a beautiful, beautiful reminder for all of us. So I think that it's a real important thing that we just take a minute to really let it sink into our heart. So take a minute to just slow down your breath, slow down the busyness of your day, and just feel yourself where you're sitting. Feel yourself so centered, so supported, so guided, that you've been listening and it's brought you to this point right here, right now. There is no other place that you want to be. Living in love, peace, and harmony. This is our hold of our vision for the planet, for all the occupants on the planet, for all our beautiful absolute oneness that is here showing us the reflections of love and light. The people you see at the post office, the grocery store, the ones you walk past on the street, someone looking down. And you take a moment to, even when they're looking down, say, "Hi, good morning." And you see them look up and smile back. And as they walk off, you see they're just a little bit lighter. They feel a little bit lighter. Perception can make whatever picture the mind desires to see. Remember this. In this lies heaven or hell. We elect it. So that's a powerful message. We choose it. How do we choose to see? How do we choose to be in this world? What kind of world do we want to see? And are we willing to change our mind about thinking that we already know what kind of world we're in? That mind that constantly tells us, I already know that. I already know that. The one that tries to keep you in the separation. The illusory mind who constantly tells you you're separate from that person. See that person? That person's different than you. See that person who's looks so grumpy? That's a different person. Don't bother saying hi to that person. No, this is the opportunity, every chance we get, to see the oneness. Do we see the oneness reflected back to us? Or do we see the illusion of a separated world, a divisive world, a world where nobody can get along? That's all in your mind. And you can change your mind about it. Perception can make whatever picture the mind desires to see. Lesson 11 in the Holy Shift.
That's beautiful.
What does Pam have to say about this lesson that we have? I love this next lesson we have coming up too. It really, really coincides with what we just experienced. I hope you experienced. I hope that was a holy shift for everyone.
Yeah, I think lesson 10, I really got a lot out of lesson 10, but lesson 11, the one we're doing tonight, my meaningless thoughts are showing me a meaningless world. And Pam had fun with this lesson. She called her chapter on this the Funhouse Mirror. But I love what she had to say. She's talking about how we've come so far in our thoughts and in our progress as a world, where we have instant gratification pretty much with internet, and we can be like here instantly with each other talking, but we still can't grasp that thought that we are creating with our thoughts. It's like we're not applying the truths. We're not really learning the lesson. We're not getting the important stuff. We're getting like the progress that we make and how far we have come from even 50 years ago. We've come so far. We were just talking about the old telephones. Remember the old-fashioned telephones? And look what we have now. We have a whole computer that we can hold in our hand. So we've made a lot of progress in things. What we haven't made the progress in is really understanding these concepts, these spiritual concepts about how our thoughts are so important, and how when we let go of the past and we let go of seeing things as everything that's already in the past and not looking at it as now, in this now moment, we're really a little backwards in that, aren't we? And I have to agree with her. It's like whenever we have a headache, a cold, any type of physical discomfort, we want to blame, right? It can't be because of our thoughts. It can't be that we created that. It has to be the blame somewhere else. And there really is no
It's the
blame.
first thing people say, really. It's almost the first thing people say. I know I caught it from blah, blah, blah.
I caught it somewhere, right? But if we lose the blame and the shame,
it's really funny when you start to just watch it from a new perspective, and really not like a judgment. Like, I'm not judging people on that when they're doing that. I'm just realizing that I used to do that too, and I'm not going to do it anymore. I just at the smallest sign of anything, I know is me using a distraction. Whether it's a person, whether it's an ailment, whether it's a situation, it's always me just finding a distraction. And if I can just do that, I can be more gentle with everything.
Yeah. and keeping that knowledge that we heal ourselves. Yeah, so what's the big deal? Just go into your heart, go into the moment, stay present in the moment. But we always go back to, oh, is it this? Is it that? And I think a lot of that is PTSD. We went through that horrible time where everybody was in fear. And so now anytime a little cold comes up or anything, it's like, oh my gosh, do I have that? So it's like, that's why we're deconstructing, so that when something does come up, you can just go into your heart and say, I know I do self-healing. I know that all healing comes from inside, and just stay present in the moment with it. And I love this lesson myself. Yeah, I think it's, go ahead, Jean.
I was going to say that's so true, because I was just sick. And I know I know I caught it from the hospital, because I had to go to the hospital for my leg.
Yeah.
But the whole time I was in the hospital, I kept thinking, I hope I don't catch anything when I'm here. I hope and people are coughing around me. And I said, well, for sure I'm going to catch. Well, for sure I did. So I contributed to that. I forget that our thoughts get picked up so fast. And in a way, I guess you can say the universe wants to give you what you're asking for. And so it did. So it's a good thought to keep in mind. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. And we're resisting even learning these lessons. How many of us, I know when I first started learning the course, I was like, this is garbage. Let me throw this book away. So we resist the very thing that's trying to help us to understand. And I've heard that resistance in some of these discussions that we've had. But I want to read you what Alan Cohen said with this lesson. When the value you perceive in wellness exceeds the value you perceive in upset, inner peace shall be yours. That's a powerful statement. So we get value from the upset. We get value, when we go into the resistance, is because we don't want to lose that part. We're like, no, now I don't have anybody to blame. What are you talking about? It can't be me. So there's a resistance there. But when we get more value in knowing that we're powerful, knowing that our thoughts do create, and that we can change things in our world with the way we perceive it and the way we work on our own self. We can't fix anybody else, but yet we're trying to fix the world and ignore that, oh, hey, wait, there's me that needs this also. We can't fix anybody. All we can do is change ourselves. And that's what the course is all about. That's what it's all about, changing our thoughts to love, going back into that state of mind. So myself, I love this lesson. And I was doing yesterday's, and I'm like, okay, I know that I got this. It's like every day it gets a little bit better. It gets a little easier, I think, to do them and to realize what we're doing. That's the whole thing. It's not like we're unaware of what's going on here. This is a course that's going to change your life if you let it, if you do the homework, if you really apply yourself to these lessons. And like our beautiful Pam says, we don't have to understand it. We don't have to like it. Just do the lesson and watch the blessings happen. So we got some guests on in the audience, and let's see who. Kathy Hand is here. Okay, so Kathy says, I would like to think logically as well as listening to my intuition. It all works together.
I like what Pam said too, that we think life is something that happens to us. Why is this happening? Why is life doing this to me? it's like we're not an active participant in our life.
Yeah.
We create our life.
Right.
So, I mean, that I like what you said that, because it's true. Even myself, I know I've said, why does life have to be so tough? Why is it always beating me up? It's not beating me up. No.
But that's the victim mode.
That's exactly right. It's the victim's mode. And we're not a victim. We're a creator. So anyway, I like what you said about that.
Yeah. Yeah, there have been many times in my own life when I've screamed out at God and the universe, why is this happening to me? And that is total victim mode. And that's not seeing that nobody's punishing you. Nobody's out to get you. Life happens. And, these bodies, sometimes things happen to them. So it's not that we were in the wrong place at the wrong time, or, our time was in the pot to get an illness. It's none of that. When we stay present in the moment, we can see the perfection of divinity. And we know that God is always there. Everything's happening in divine timing. And that's a big part of staying present in the moment, because it allows us the ability to look at that. And let me see, Kathy says, I always look for the lessons now in my daily life. Yeah, instead of who to blame for what's going wrong, right? Yeah, when I made that shift, and Karen, I know you did too. When you make that shift into looking at the lesson instead of, the blessing in the lesson instead of the challenge and the struggle, it does change your life. Yeah, I've seen that with you, Karen.
Blessings, all blessings. Every lesson is a blessing. Every trigger is a gift. Every time I'm upset, it's a gift. And I take it that way now. I really have understood that that's the most important thing for me to witness. When I'm upset about anything, the first thing I need to do is heal my mind. Has nothing to do with the news that I'm watching. It has nothing to do with the person that I'm having an issue with. It has nothing to do with the animal not feeling well. It has nothing to do with the outside. It has nothing to do with the external, ever. It always has to be my mind that needs to be healed. My mind is sick and it needs healing. And as soon as you go to that space, you have total freedom. And, we get the results of our thinking always. Just like it says, the outpicturing, we get the outpicturing.
Yeah.
Always. So what you think about, you bring about.
What you focus on expands.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so I can take that back to Jean. You're focused on, oh my gosh, I'm going to get something here at this doctor's office, and so create that.
Especially when you're saying, I hope I don't. I hope I don't. I hope I don't. That's a very powerful emotional charge, because you're bringing fear, anticipation, you're bringing all of these emotions, and you're powerfully focusing on what you don't want. Not in a self, I'm not trying to make you be judgmental of yourself of that, but just noticing it and being an observer of it and not engaging with it. As soon as it comes up, here's a gift for me to give over to spirit. Here, I don't want this. I don't want to get sick. I'm not going to play in that field. I have no interest in getting sick here. I have no interest. I have no attention on it. I have no interest, no investment, and it's no value to me.
It's all about.
And then spirit, take over, please. Just stop. Spirit, take over, please. Just hand it over.
Yeah.
It's like what you said before is that what I should have realized right at the beginning was my thinking was wrong. I should have cured that thinking because I was thinking I was going to get it. So, that was so wrong.
But now
And
you're aware. So
so
you
now
just
I'm
be gentle.
aware,
Forgive yourself. I forgive myself for being unaware that my thinking affected my results, and then move on.
Yeah, don't dwell on it.
Yeah, just move on. It happened because it happened, and now it's time for you to say, wow, that's my blessing. That was the blessing in the lesson.
Yeah.
Being aware, that's when we can make the self-correction. So you've had the experience, Jean. So the thing to do is to learn from that experience going forward, not looking back and saying, oh, I did that, I shouldn't have done that. But going forward now, how can you take that into your future? You have to go to a doctor's appointment. Okay, I'm going to go in there and I'm totally covered. I know that I'm okay. Everything is working perfectly. And I am protected by spirit, and nothing is going to break through that wall.
Yeah, I would have one. When I got into the band accident, I in the ER room for 9 hours, and they literally I saw myself homeless with people fighting. I saw with them stop fighting, and Angel Michael there with me when I'm in the hospital. See, in the emergency room.
I can see her telling someone to stop fighting.
I can too. Yeah. Yeah. So got just a couple of minutes if anyone wants to share from your exercise yesterday when you did it, or if you did it, and what you got from that. And then we'll go into the closing where Karen shares with us how to do the exercise for tomorrow. I guess not.
It was like I just try to catch myself and come from my heart instead of from my head. It's been a work in progress, but I'm moving in the right direction.
Yes, you are.
The right attitude.
It's pretty hard to not listen to the chatter in your head because you're so used to it being there, and it's almost like it's a friend that you have. I know that sounds crazy, but it is almost, well, what are we going to do now? Okay, well, we're going to do, and you start running this through your head, but that's not good. So I'm working on it. I'm working on it, just like Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
Moving.
I not get upset at anything. Just okay.
Exactly.
Making the effort.
Yeah, here in my
okay, Chris.
Kathy said this past weekend was her daughter's friend's bridal shower, a small space with about 40 some people. And I only thought briefly about possible germs or COVID. And then I stopped my stinking thinking. I am healthy. I am happy to be helping my friends with this happy occasion, turning it around. Abraham calls that pivoting. So catch yourself, and Jean, that's something that we're trying to share with you as well. When you catch yourself in that thinking of, oh my gosh, I might get something, or what if I get, or I hope I don't get, and you start having that thought, pivot away from that and think about what you're doing in this very moment and the happiness that you're in, and that you're healthy and you're okay and there is nothing wrong. So I love that. Thank you for sharing that, Kathy.
Yeah, thank you, Kathy.
Okay, Karen, I guess we can wrap it up.
Awesome, Kathy. Thank you for sharing that. No stinking thinking here. There won't be any stinking thinking here. That's what's so great about when we do this together. We're accountable to each other. We're like buddies in helping us to keep ourselves focused. And focus is follow one course until successful. What's the course? Love. Love is what we follow. We follow it and we know that we are it. So that's this is this lesson. My meaningless thoughts are showing me a meaningless world. This is the first idea that we have had that is related to the major phase of correction process, the reversal of the thinking of our world. It seems as if the world determines what you perceive. Today's idea introduces the concept that your thoughts determine the world that you see. Be glad indeed to practice the idea in its initial form, for in this idea is your release made sure. The key to forgiveness lies in it. The practice periods for today's idea are to be undertaken somewhat differently from the previous ones. We're going to begin with your eyes closed and repeat the idea slowly to yourself. Then open your eyes and look about near and far, up and down, anywhere. During that minute or so to be spent in using the idea, merely repeat to yourself, being sure to do so without haste and with no sense of urgency or effort. To do these exercises for maximal benefit, the eyes should move from one thing to another fairly rapidly, since they should not linger on anything in particular. The words, however, should be used in an unhurried, even leisurely fashion. The introduction to this idea is particular, should be practiced as casual as possible. It contains the foundation for the peace, relaxation, and freedom from worry that we are trying to achieve. On concluding the exercises, close your eyes again and repeat the idea once more slowly to yourself. 3 practice periods today will probably be sufficient. However, if there is a little or no uneasiness and an inclination to do more, as many as 5 can be undertaken, but more than that are not recommended. And then we have the short lesson, which is one of my absolute favorites. And I really love this one. Really listen, because it's real short and real sweet. Since the thoughts of which I am aware do not mean anything, the world which pictures them can have no meaning. What is producing this world is insane, and so is what it produces. Reality is not insane, and I have real thoughts as well as insane ones. I can therefore see a real world if I look to my real thoughts as my guide for seeing.
Beautiful. I like that. Oh, all right. We got our work cut out for us, guys. And hello to Danielle watching with us and anybody else that was here that wasn't participating in the conversation. Thank you all for tuning in. And we're going to go into our chanting part of the show now. So those of you that come in just for the Course in Miracles, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you coming in, studying this with us, and adding your input to it. So if you're leaving us, God bless, and have a great rest of your night or your day, wherever you are. And we're going to start the chanting. So Karen, I'm going to turn the group part of it off. And if you would, tell us about this first chant of Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Okay, so this is where we chant 3 times slow, and then we chant 108 times all together as our beautiful family. And beautiful Auntie Jean will let us know when we get to that magic number. And then beautiful Teri Angel will lead us in a short meditation on freedom. Then we'll go into our second chant. So we declare that all obstacles be removed.
Om
Ganapataye Namaha. We declare that all barriers, conflicts, and violence be removed. Om Ganapataye Namaha. We declare that all illusions and illness be removed. Om Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam 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 Ganapataye Namaha.
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Ganapataye Namaha. Namaha. Yogananda Namaha.
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gan Ganapataye
Namaha.
Om Gan
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gan
Namaha.
Om Gan
Teri Namaha.
Om Gan
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gan
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gan Om Gan
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gan
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gan
Namaha.
Om
Ganapataye Namaha. Namaha.
Om
Namaha.
Om
Yanai Namaha.
Om
Namaha.
Om
Namaha.
Om Gan
Namaha.
Om Gan
Namaha. 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 Namaha.
Om Gan
Gana.
Let's take a breath into our heart center. Be very gentle, but fill your lungs completely with that energy. And just feel that beautiful relief. Whenever we let go, whenever we're not tethered to the 3D energy, our spirits soar. So feel that rising. Feel yourself just absolutely hovering above, being the observer of what you're doing, how you're feeling, how you're responding. Just be in that blissful state of freedom. And in that high vibration, we are going to move into the next chant, which is the miracle chant. Our miracle Marlene showed up. Hi, Marlene. So let's go into this Nam Myoho Renge Kyo on that high vibration that we just went into. Karen, please talk about that.
Yeah, so this is where we're going to chant 3 times slow, and then we'll chant 108 times all together as our beautiful family. And then beautiful Auntie Jean will let us know when we get to that magic number. And then beautiful Teri Angel will lead us in the next part of our session. So we declare that all are accepting, aligning, allowing, and awake. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. We declare that all are happy and healthy. Nam Myoho Renge. We declare that all live in peace and harmony and are open and ready to receive miracles. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Oh, wait, detail.
Nam
No, wait, detail. No, yeah, wait, detail.
Nam Myoho Renge
No, with
Kyo. Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Om Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Renge Kyo. Nam
Nam Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Om Renge Kyo. Om Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Om Renge Kyo. Om Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo. Myoho Renge Kyo. Om Renge Kyo. Kyo.
Kyo.
Om
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Om Renge Kyo. Om Renge Kyo. 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 Renge Kyo. Om Renge Kyo. 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 Renge Kyo. 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 Om Renge Kyo. Kyo. Renge Kyo. 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 Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo. 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 Renge Kyo. 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 Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo. Down, yeah, my whole wicked down, no wicked down, no wicked, yeah, whole wicked down, oh man, wicked down, down, wicked down, down, wicked down, down, wicked down, oh wicked, oh yeah, oh wicked down, 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 wicked down, well, oh wicked down, the boy, oh down, 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 wicked down, wicked down, oh wicked down, oh wicked down, oh wicked down, down, wicked down, wicked down, wicked down, oh wicked down, wicked down, 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 oh well, we did down, oh we did down, oh.
Let's go back into our hearts with the breath. Just breathe it in deeply. Focus now on love. Love is the only thing that's real. So pull that reality into your heart. Feel it in there. going from head to toe, just really blessing you with that feeling of warmth, the feeling of acceptance. And we're going to stay in that feeling as we chant Om 3 times. Om is the cosmic sound of God. And then we'll stay in our hearts another moment to connect in the heart and the brain. And then we'll give that love out to the world. So breathing in that love, we start the chanting of Om. Om. Om.
Um,
Focus again on that love, that beautiful energy. You have a cup in your heart that's full of love. Fill it up to overflowing by sharing that love for yourself first. And then we're going to give it out to the world. So pull from that overflow from your cup and breathe it out into the world. Om Shanti Shanti. Om peace, peace, peace. Let this love from our hearts flow out into the world, making an impact on the hearts of everyone on the planet, all the humans, the animals, all of nature. May there be peace on our earth. Om Shanti. Thank you. Thank you all who came together tonight to share some love into the world. And we do that with our chanting. We do that with our smiles. And we make a declaration every night when we come together. We declare that there is peace on earth. And we declare that that peace begins inside of us. So let's say it all together. 3, 2, 1.
We declare there is peace on earth, and we declare that that peace begins inside of us.
So it is.
Always.
Ever.
And never. Amen.
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 Amen. So beautiful. Charles.
Yes, we've been doing this for 954 days now. We've been doing this as a group known as the
Peace.
That would be and you out there.
Right, we're all P. Jean, wouldn't you want to be a P?
I'm a P and she's a P and you're a P. Don't you want to
Yeah, we all are
do?
peace.
Do you want to be a P?
I love that, Jean. Thank you. What do you think of that, Gracie?
I love it. I want to be a P too.
Yeah.
Oh, you most definitely are, Miss Gracie.
And so Where are we with the hills?
We're alive.
The hills are alive with the sound of chanting. We're all doing, and the sprinkling of peace, and the smile of faces. Because peace is coming around when we chant. We're going to see the corner. Peace is coming around the corner when we chant. Peace is coming around the corner. Smiles on people's faces. Peace is coming around the corner when we chant. Be kind. And spirit magnifies. Intense.
Incredible.
Loving energy.
That's right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gracie. So great to have you with us tonight. Jean,
so
and Chris, and Charlie, and Karen, and me, and Marlene. I just love you all so much. Thank you for being here. So stay in your hearts and stay blessed and have a beautiful rest of your day or night, wherever you are. We'll see you tomorrow back here. We'll leave you with
Namaste.
Namaste.
Bye, everyone.
Night.
Goodbye.